I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond the Noise. That is one world leader to another. You done lost your mind. You are crazy. That's Donald Trump words about Vladimir Putin. What has happened? A moment ago, Trump was giving Vladimir his praises based on the two of them meeting, based on a ceasefire. But something went wrong, something went left rather quickly. And what is this all about? You know, it appears that the problem is not Trump, but one, how we got here. And how we got here, you have to remember Joe Biden, also NATO, and Zelensky, and how they were pushing for war. This was something that Vladimir Putin didn't want, and is on the record. But they kept pushing, kept pushing. He gave some requirements of what he didn't want. One of the requirements was they cannot join NATO, speaking of Ukraine. And another, he did not want any secrets that was from the West being put into Ukraine. So this started a war. And I don't know if you all can remember, but when it started, they had women fighting, and later on they had old people fighting. They had recruited people from Africa to come and fight. It was a ragtag army to nowhere. There are people in America that had to be deported from Ukraine to come to America, refugees. In other words, their homes were demolished. Now, the Ukraine has many resources there, and there's been rumors companies such as BlackRock will be able to go in there and make it a place that the West would love to go and do business, will love to make plenty money. Well, Russia said, not on our watch. So this attack that occurred, it was drones that was just hitting any and everywhere in the Ukraine. Now, Trump said he's just hitting innocent civilians. But here's the thing. Are the civilians still there for this long when they had the opportunity to leave? Who are the people that are still there? Because one thing, the way it's stated, anybody, any civilian, any man that's still in the Ukraine are a part of the army. That's how it was sold to us. So it may not be as crazy as it appears, but Trump felt some kind of way. You don't just come out and say somebody's crazy on that level. But here's another thing that came out in the conversation. Germany decided that they're going to send long-range missiles to Ukraine, and this was something that they wanted to avoid. So in avoiding this, the hope was, we won't have to send this. Ukraine, you're on your own. Now, Germany is in a strange situation because it depends on the majority of its energy from Russia. The majority of it. A lot of it. When the pipeline that was traveling to Germany from Russia was exploded, there were conversations of how the people of Germany can die. And rumor has it, it was something that occurred from America on Biden's watch. So from that perspective, if those things are accurate, Putin is in a very strange situation because just as we are on Trump as Americans, so are the Russians are on Putin. This is a very fragile situation. Putin is doing what he has to do for his country. Trump is trying to do what he has to do, not just for the American people, but for the world. For the West, to be more corrected. This is an interesting season. This is an interesting time. Russia responded. The people said, oh, that's just Trump. And here's the thing, is it just Trump? Because for the people of Russia, how can you respond that way? According to the words of Trump, innocent civilians are being targeted. And that is why Trump said Putin has lost his mind. What's your thoughts on this? Did Putin lose his mind? Did Putin have rights to do this? Is this just what war is? Was Putin in error by saying, we're going to talk, we're going to do a ceasefire, and then out of nowhere he surprised Trump or surprised the Ukraine because they thought that everything was okay? Or was it in the silence of everything, Zelensky was trying to prepare for a sneak attack against Russia? We don't know. Those things may not come out, just speculation. And a lot of times that's what we do to try to figure out what the answer is.